Here's a life hack they don't want you to know. Walking is the best way to burn fat, literally ever. If you don't like running, if you don't like HIIT workouts, don't do it. I think people severely underestimate the impact that walking can have on your physique. And they think that just because you're not sweating a ton, like you're not burning a ton of calories or you're not losing weight, losing fat, that is so untrue. I challenge you guys, just try to get 10K steps a day. If you're not getting that like already, try to get 5, build up to 10, and just watch the changes in your physique.
All you have to do is move your body. You don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to run. You could just walk. Move your body, sister. You got this.
If you don't want to get up and do your workout today, that's okay. Rest days are important. You've just had like 89 of them in a row.
Stay away from people who are trying to bring out the person that you are trying not to be anymore.
Are you trying to eat healthy? Well, let me just tell you, there's some bitch out there preying on your downfall that's like, yup, supersize it. If you are worried about the cost of going for it, wait until you see the price of staying exactly where you are.
Be a hard pill to swallow, but the average American eats over 3,500 calories a day and moves less than 20 minutes a day. It's probably not your hormones.
If you skip snacks as much as you skip workouts, you might only have one chin right now. Get up.
At my heaviest weight, I used to literally think about food 24/7. And I know everyone says that, but let me explain. I used to wake up thinking about food. Not just, oh, I'm kind of hungry, like what am I going to have for breakfast? No, I used to think, when am I going to be alone? So that way I can eat in private and no one will see me. How soon is my mom leaving for work so that way I can sneak into the kitchen and eat an entire box of cereal, hide it in the garbage, and pretend that I don't know what happened to it? How soon are my roommates leaving for work so that way I can sneak downstairs, eat the entire box of Little Debbie snacks that they just bought, and then say I have no idea what happened to them when they ask me about them? I used to cross my fingers hoping that there would be somebody different working in the drive-thrus that I went through every day. That way I wouldn't be embarrassed when they recognized me by my voice. There was times I didn't have enough money to pay my bills or my rent because I would spend every single dollar I had on food. I used to go through the drive-thru and pretend that I was ordering for multiple people so that way I could get multiple meals that were all for me. And then I would go park in the most secluded spot in the parking lot while I ate so that no one would see me. It wasn't a lack of willpower. It wasn't a lack of discipline. It was an addiction, a real full-fledged addiction. And unless you have been through it, you will never understand. I spent years clawing myself out of it, healing my relationship with food, taking 10 steps forward and then 5 steps back, but I broke free. And if any of this sounds like you, just know that you are not alone. I understand the struggle, and I know it's not easy, but do not give up on yourself because you are worth the fight.
Pay very close attention to your body because it never lies to you, and pay very little attention to your mind because it lies to you all the time.
Okay, ladies, I say this out of love. I don't care if you get into a relationship, if you have kids, never let yourself go. Because, and I'm a kind of be honest today or whatever. It was just on my spirit because I'll see women coming into my job, right? They'll be with a man, child, or whatever. They look so defeated. It's sad. It's like they have this dark cloud over them in a sense, to the point where it's just like they look sloppy. You know, they have weight issues in a sense. They overweight and stuff. And it's just like, just because you get into a relationship or if you have kids doesn't mean that you need to let yourself go. I don't care what nobody say. If I can't look good, I don't care about what else everybody else got going on. There's not going to be a time where I'm not going to get my nails done, lashes done, all that stuff. Because the first thing that women do, and I've noticed this, they will say, oh, I put everybody first and all this other stuff. You don't need to put nobody else above you but yourself. So I don't care if I have kids, if I'm with my man, they can wait in a sense, because it's just like it reflects. Because if you don't have no structure within yourself, if you not making yourself look clean, getting yourself together, it reflects on your children. Now your children look stank. And then I can't really say too much about the man, because y'all know the man that y'all gonna be with when you get into the relationship with them. If they don't have no structure within them, that's a red flag within itself, because he not gonna care what you doing, but you need to care about yourself. I don't know. It's just, That's something that's just been on my mind today, because it's just like, we're too pretty. We got so much going on for our, like, we have so much going on for ourselves, and then we just let being in a relationship and then having kids just slow us down. It shouldn't be like that.
If you don't want to get up and work out today, that's totally fine. The people that don't like you are going to be super happy about that.
The same way you enjoyed all that food that helped you get to where you at, learn to enjoy the process of getting that weight off of you. Get up and move today.
You can literally look different, like a completely different person in a couple months from now. This was me 6 months ago. See what can happen when you just lock the F in and stop making excuses? Get up, get your shoes on, thank me later.
I lost 120 pounds and I didn't want to. I didn't want to get up to exercise. I didn't want to follow a meal plan. I didn't want to drink my water. I did it. And being consistent changed my life. I lost 120 pounds. I'm going to be 50 this year. I'm hypothyroid. I'm perimenopause. My message to all you, my friends that are on this journey, is just simply do not give up and be consistent. Love you.
I don't care what you say. One of the best parts about being skinny is being able to shop in any store, and I stand by that. I stand by that. Going into a store and knowing you're going to find something in your size, that'll never get old. That will never get old.
This is just a reminder, sister. You gotta burn them calories off that you ate today. So make sure you get your walk in. Let's go!
Some people will never lose the weight. Some people will never lose the weight, and it is not because their body is broken. It is not because of their age. It is not because of the fact that they are not capable of doing this. It is because they are addicted to having instant gratification. It is because they have trained their brain to not understand that losing weight, maintaining your weight, and just living in a healthier body is a skill for many to learn. Because if you grew up in a household where your parents did not care about these things, then they have not been instilled on you from the beginning, and they are things that you are going to have to learn. I think another reason that holds people back is that they don't realize that it's not just about looking good in your clothes. It is not just about, looking in the mirror and being proud of what looks back at you. It is about the person that you become when you are your healthiest self. Your energy state will never be the same. When you are a healthy person, when you take care of yourself, you have a different type of energy that you bring into the world, that you bring into everything that you do. The confidence that you have. Most people would be in different spots of their life if they had more confidence in themselves, in their capabilities, in their abilities, and just the way that they presented themselves. Most people that are not happy in their life, most of them are not taking care of their health. And that is just the honest truth. They're not taking care of their health, and they put it on the back burner over and over for other things, not realizing that the more that they do that, that is actually what's keeping them stuck in the life that they're not happy about. So I hope that this message just comes across a person that maybe is, chronically, on and off. I don't want you to get to the age of 80 and still thinking about losing the weight. I don't want you to be like one of those grandmas, like God bless them. My grandma was one of them, that were still talking about losing weight in their 70s and 80s. Like, and like doing it in a crazy way, like not in the correct way. There is losing weight and becoming this person, again, is a skill. It does not have to be a miserable process. You don't have to cut out everything you love, but you have to know that it is gonna be hard work to rewire your brain, but it's going to be 100% worth it.
People are always asking me how I have the motivation to go to the gym every single day, how I have the motivation to get up and do cardio before I go to work every single day. And the bottom line is that I am so much happier in the lifestyle that I live now, and I just don't want to be 300 pounds again. Like, I absolutely refuse to let myself get back to where I started, okay? That is my bottom line. But when I'm talking to people about this and they're like, well, that's so good for you, but I just don't have the motivation. Self-hatred is a strong motivator, okay? Like, I struggled with self-hatred for years, and then I finally did something about it because I was sick of it. You can do literally anything you set your mind to, okay? I thought I was like too far gone, and I've done a lot to get to where I am. And it takes a lot of work. But the thing is that most people just want the results. They don't want to put in the work to get there. And that's That's the thing you can't skip. You can't just wave a magic wand and go from point A to point B. You gotta put in the work to get from point A to point B, and nobody wants to do that, but they're sure as shit gonna make you feel like shit for doing it yourself because they know they can't.
You eat because you're stressed out, and then you're stressed out because you want to lose weight. Don't shoot the messenger, but I'm going to tell you right now, if you continue to eat because you're stressed out, you will continue to be stressed out. You have to take the power away from food. And I know it can feel so hard in the moment because you're like, this is the only thing that's going to make me feel good right now. But you need to have the satisfaction of waking up the next morning and being like, oh my gosh, I didn't eat that and I feel so freaking good. Because the truth is food is so temporary. It's 5 minutes, it's 10 minutes, and it's over with. If weight loss has been on your mind and you're like, this is super, super, super important to me, you have to know how temporary food is. The body that you are in, it's forever, babe. It's forever.
And if you plan on losing weight, plan on losing friends. Weight loss will fall under that same category of getting famous, getting a bunch of money, anything that drastically transforms you out of your social bracket, okay? And you get to move into a new social bracket. Your physical appearance is going to be one of those things that can elevate you in another bracket. We know that. Now, how true this is for men, I don't know. Can't speak on that. But for women, the way the rule works is women are comfortable friending down. They can friend down. Like, you can befriend someone who is less attractive than you. This is what I observe. I don't play them games. I'm cool with whoever I rock with. But I'm telling you what I know from the conversations that are had on here and from the experiences that I've had around other women. As long as you don't look better than them. That's the thing. But what they don't ever do, what women refuse to do, is friend up. Those relationships are going to struggle to get off the ground because women have a hard time befriending other women who look better than them or including other women who look better than them. And I'm going to give you a little story time to prove to you that I'm not tripping. Back in the day, this was my 300-pound life. Now, granted, even though I was the 300-pound girl, I didn't know. Okay? I didn't know. So delusional. But anyway, I was with this group of friends, this group of people, trusted employees, okay? And I remember there was this new girl that came in the group. Baby was finer than I've ever seen. She was fine. And all the men, always, like anywhere we went, like all our fat asses were invisible, okay? And that bitch got us in the clubs. That's how fine she was. She was so fine, she got our fat asses in the club. They was like, we will deal with birthing them as long as you in there. You gonna be in there, that's what they'll say. Now me, I'm like, hey, thanks, girl. But my friends, they were rocking with it. They was like, every time she come with us, she always in the way. Now, mind you, I had a man. I told y'all in the other video not to go watch that video, and I was loyal to that man, so I was with him. Okay, but because I wasn't out here looking to catch nothing, but my homegirls was. And I remember when the fine girl, when she wasn't around, and we would make plans, they would be like, yeah, but we ain't invite her. And then instead of like owning up to why they wouldn't invite her, like because she fine and like don't nobody pay us no attention, instead of owning up to that, they would make up shit like she just thinks she all that, or she just always just got something to say, or she just always adding it, and I just don't want that energy. And it's like the whole time I'm thinking like, that is fucked up. I ended up just hanging with old girl by myself because I thought she was a little vibe. Man, did we get in places for free? She's cool, she's sweet, and she was beautiful. And she was really like down to earth. We kicked it, okay? Her and I kind of just like didn't hang out with them no more because I saw what they was on. Like that, all that to say that like, if you plan on bettering yourself, dropping the weights, right? Like a massive amount of weight, just be prepared. It's not just a cliche to say, but just be prepared that like some of your friends gon' take you out the group chat because you think you were that now. You ain't gotta say it. You went away now. You see what I'm saying? And that's not to be mean. The society made those rules, not me. Okay? And I used to be fat, ugly friend. And I'm just letting you know that's what's happening. We talk about truths here. We don't sugarcoat nothing. Okay? And I'm just being honest. There's nothing you can do. Go find you some better looking friends. All right. Good talk.
There are some things that I actually do miss about being fat. Here they go. I miss no one giving a fuck what I eat. Swear to God, as soon as you lose weight, everybody is so concerned. Are you sure you want to eat that? You're eating that? Bitch, I used to eat 10 of this before I lost weight, and you didn't blink. You would give me more. You would give me your seconds. All of a sudden, because I take 3 chicken wings, you're so concerned? Okay, that's weird. I miss being able to be funny. Hear me out. When I crack jokes and the things that I say when I was a bigger girl, haha, funny fat girl, no one took me seriously. I say the same shit now. Oh, you're a mean girl. Oh, you shouldn't say that. Nothing's changed but my weight. Attitude's been the same. I've actually had to tone it down more since I've lost weight because people just think I come off as a bitch. I've always been a bitch. I was just a fat bitch. Now I'm just a bitch. But okay. I miss being warm. A bitch is always cold. I am freezing. I lost all that weight and I'm still carrying a jacket around. Not because I'm ashamed of my body, but because I'm fucking cold and it's freezing. The most important thing that I miss about being bigger, I miss my boobs, y'all. Oh my God, y'all. I used to have voluptuous, just knockers, okay? They gone. I feel like my titties was the first thing to go. I think that's why I'm working so hard right now to build an ass, because a bitch, I gotta have something.
This is a message to me and everyone out there. You don't need to treat yourself. You've treated yourself enough. That's why you gained the weight. That's why I gained 100 pounds when I was pregnant, okay? You don't need to treat yourself because you treated yourself enough. Treat yourself with a new bag that you desperately need, a new bra, some new underwear, a new pair of jeans, okay? Anything else but food, because that, not gonna last. It's not gonna last. And then you're gonna sit there afterwards like, why did I eat that? Why did I eat that? I'm gonna start again tomorrow. You don't need to treat yourself, okay? You don't need to treat yourself after a long day. You don't need to treat yourself after a stressful day. You don't need to treat yourself because you're bored. You don't need to treat yourself because you're watching TV. You just need to not. Okay? Thank you.
If you're a morbidly obese woman trying to lose weight and you get discouraged because you think that you're going to have to lose a ton of weight before you see progress, I just sent check-ins to my coach, and this week I was up a little bit because I was on my period, so I was at 187 at the beginning of the week, and today I'm at 183.4, and the check-ins that I just sent him, if I compare how I looked last week to how I look today, is so crazy, and the difference was only 4 pounds, and not even all of it was fat. Like, there is so much progress that you are able to see with even just a little bit of weight loss. Like, even what you think is minuscule in the grand scheme of things, you are able to see that progress. And if you're not at a place right now where you can see the difference of 4 pounds, you will get there. Keep losing 4 pounds and you will get there eventually. And you'll realize, if you take progress pictures and look back, you'll realize the difference that it did make.
Here are 3 mental habits and rituals sports has taught me as a former Team USA pro athlete. Also, this video is in partnership with Love Your Mind. The first habit that's changed my life is somatic movement. To me, this means moving my body in a way that helps release and discharge heavy emotions. Our bodies store our experiences, so being able to move my body in a way to help express those feelings and emotions, game changer. The second one is setting boundaries without guilt. Learning how to say what I need, because I know that if I don't, I am the one who is going to have to live with that discomfort. And number 3, getting it out. For me, it means journaling, going to therapy, or talking with someone I trust. Because sometimes you just need a safe space to express yourself without the fear of being judged. It's okay not to be okay sometimes. That is part of the human experience. And I believe there should not be a stigma around asking or needing help.
Can someone please help me understand, at what point did we forget that the most important part of exercising, by far, is that you enjoy the exercise?
For all the people out there that say that losing weight is hard, yeah, it's really hard. But you know what also is really hard? Hating yourself.
So I remember not being able to even try on clothes at Abercrombie & Fitch because I didn't fit into the largest size that they carried. I ordered these online. They're size 0 from there. That's insane. To go from not being able to fit into the largest size to putting on one of the smallest sizes that they carry.
So you're telling me you would rather eat a cheat meal than make it to your goal weight? You would rather throw yourself off every single week eating a few 1,000-calorie meal, putting the sugar back in your body, re-addicting yourself to the food, tasting it, salivating over it, instead of losing the weight and then maintaining? You would rather enjoy food than enjoy your body and enjoy your life? Commit to weight loss for 6 months. Stop with the damn cheat meals. Stop with the feeling like you need to always have a treat or a snack or a low-cal version or something to satisfy you. Stop letting your cravings control everything, because you're telling me you would rather have a cheat meal and postpone your progress and screw up your mental than actually hit your weight loss goal? Come again.
No one is going to help you until you help yourself. And no one is going to treat you better than you treat yourself. You teach people how to treat you by how you treat yourself. Even if it's a lie. But as far as looks are concerned, as far as standards are concerned, people treat you how you treat yourself. So keep your standards high, just keep looking good, and keep speaking what you want. Okay? Be an example of how you want other people to treat you. Oh, I was invited out for drinks by my friends today. Oh, so I'll have to talk to you later. I love, I just love getting dressed. I'll try to look my best every time I go somewhere. That means he knows that you're going to be looking good on his arm and he's going to ask you out.
I really hate to be the one to tell you this, but it does turn out that exercise does in fact make you feel better.
I used to be 400 pounds, and I feel like people do not talk enough about how obesity affects more than just your physical health. Like, I was 400 pounds, and the shame was so dark and heavy that I basically, hid from the world. I dropped out of college. I would purposefully and strategically lose touch with all of my friends. I was, had zero interest in any sort of social connection or community. I was very impulsive and very irresponsible with my money. I would float from job to job kind of aimlessly. I destroyed my credit. I had no motivation to fix anything in my life because I felt like, well, it's too late for me. My weight kind of fed my depression, and my depression fed my weight, which, if you've ever been there, is a vicious cycle to get out of. And all that to say, I feel like it needs to be a part of the conversation of your unhealthy habits really kind of do spill into every single life choice. It's not just, oh, well, everything's going really great for me, but I just eat a crap ton of food. That's just not how life works. And getting healthy kind of forced me to face my shame and rebuild my habits and kind of reevaluate all of the choices I had made up until now. I am 38 and I am just about to finish my degree. I'm just kind of starting my life because I waited for so long while I was, in my unhealthy time. And I would just encourage you, if you've ever been there or you're currently there, to I know sometimes it can feel like it's too late, but it isn't. But start today. Start today.
Why does nobody talk about how it's low-key embarrassing to lose weight? I'm down over 130 pounds, but every time someone noticed I was trying to lose weight in the past, I felt like my big secret had been exposed. I was so insecure and delusional, it's almost like I thought people wouldn't notice I was fat unless it was directly pointed out to them. So if anybody found out I was eating healthy and going to the gym, I felt like a secret alcoholic being spotted at an AA meeting, if that makes sense. Now obviously any normal person will support somebody improving themselves, but for me it made the situation too real. It's the same reason I wouldn't check the scale even though I know it was going up, kind of like spending a lot of money and not wanting to look at your checking account.
And just a reminder, you did not do all of that hard work just to unravel and undo it this weekend.
I do know it don't matter what you did to lose weight. Unless you did drugs or something. But other than that, it don't matter what you did to lose weight. You lost it. Why do y'all say natural, no surgery, no help, It doesn't matter how you lost the weight. It doesn't matter how you lost the weight. Congratulations. Damn.
When people say they have social anxiety, let me tell y'all, nobody had that crap in the 90s. Y'all made up this term as an excuse to stay on the dang couch and not get up and get dressed. Okay? That term literally did not exist It wasn't popular. Nobody had that. Okay. The reason you got it is because you're lazy, or your self-esteem is low, or you've been on the couch too long and now you have every excuse in the world not to get up and go out. Okay. You couldn't catch nobody at home in the 90s and the early 2000s. You couldn't catch nobody at home. You couldn't catch them. Okay. So get up and stop making them dumb excuses and claiming things that aren't real, and get up and go. Yeah, get off your phone and get up and go. Stop comparing yourself with everybody on the phone. Everybody on your phone ain't out in the real world. Unless they're way far away in a whole nother state. All them women on the phone aren't going to be in the restaurant you walk into today. I promise you. All them women on the phone aren't going to be at the country club. Okay? All those women on the phone are not going to be walking around dillying and dallying on the rich side of town with you. All right? They're not going to be there. I promise you. Okay? If you look decent, if you look good, if you put effort into yourself, you might be the best looking one wherever you go. Okay? So stop comparing yourself to people that you probably will never meet, who aren't in your town, who aren't wherever you're going at the same time you're going.
People are going to be jealous of your results, but they're certainly not going to be jealous of all of the work that you put in to get your result. I've lost 140 pounds, okay? And I talk to people about what I have done to do that, to maintain that, and to build the physique that I have. And every single time, without fail, that's too hard. I don't want to do all that. Give me something easier. If you want the results, but you don't want to put in the work, what do you expect? No one's just going to come knock on your door and give you a new body. The weight isn't going to lose itself. If you don't put in the work, you're not going to get the result. And you can't complain about the body that you don't have if you didn't put in the work to get the body that you want. No one is too far gone. Trust me, when I was 300 pounds, I never in a million years would have believed that I would have been able to do what I did and look like I do today. But I did, because I didn't give up, and because I've been putting in the work every single day for years. And that's kind of the problem, because everybody just wants things now. They want the results now. They don't want to put in work for a long time. They'll do things for a week, 2 weeks, a month, and then they fall off track because they haven't gotten the extreme results that they want. And it takes time. So put in the work or don't. But if you don't complain about it.
So foolish me for thinking we could be all of the good ones are gone, all of the good ones are taken.
I think oftentimes obesity is often looked at as solely somebody only liking to overindulge, not having that discipline, loving junk food. But oftentimes, truly, it can be a lot deeper than that. Eating is one of the easiest coping mechanisms that we have available. And in the moment, it feels the least harmless up until it adds up. And oftentimes, a lot of people don't consider that. That's why I always tell people, everything starts upstairs before it reaches the physical body. Man, you gotta work on up here, bro. I'm telling you, and there's methods to do that. Find them, work on them. Don't let yourself go.
You only have one family. Yeah, you know what else I only have one of? An appendix. And do you know what they do to your appendix when it gets toxic and fucks with your health? Yeah, they cut it out. That's right. They cut it right out of your life. So.
They're like obsessive personality in a sense. Whenever I put my mind to something, done. Just done. Whenever I make up my mind and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I want to do that. I'm going to do it. I don't care how crazy it is. I don't care if I lose sleep. I don't care if I don't sleep for 2, 3, 4, 5 days at a time. I'm going to do it till I get what I want. And this goes, you know, just in life in general. Like, hey, you know what? I want this degree. I don't care what I got to do to get this degree. I don't care if it sounds crazy. I don't care if I don't sleep for 2, 3 days. I'm going to get it. I'm not thinking about all that. I'm thinking about, okay, let's focus on getting this degree. Boom. Okay, I did this to get the degree. Something crazy. Or, you know, taking a class, getting a good grade. Okay, and I know if I have to get a good grade, I gotta study like crazy. I'm the kind of person that I am very delulu. Very delulu. You can't tell me no. Like, in my mind, if I feel like, if I wanted to be a freaking president, I can be. I just don't feel like it. Delusional. Very delusional. But I think that's what helps with weight loss, is you gotta be delusional You just gotta be just addicted to it. Like, addicted to what you want. Sounds cliche, but yeah, be addicted. Say, you know what? I want to be this. Boom. You're gonna be it.
Baddies, pose for me. Ass fat, slim, thick, no tummy. I'm too